Well, I just spent 30 seconds getting ready for this.
3, 2, 1.
Hi, it's been a while. Remember me? Hi, I am Care. For those of you who don't remember, because it's been half a year plus maybe since I last posted. But don't worry, I've been thinking about you guys the whole time. I have clips throughout the whole time I was not posting. I just couldn't will myself to edit them into a video or to do anything with the clips. So they exist. They are just in the ether somewhere. I missed you guys, truly. Dearly in my heart. While it is now February, and by the time you see this, it may be March, I think it might be time for my 2026 yearly goals video and my 2025 wrap up. As always for these videos, I am on my couch. I have a blanket on top of me, so I am welcoming you to get cozy with me. While this isn't a book video, I did decide to coordinate my clothes to the theme of this video. Therefore, I'm wearing a teddy bear that's crying with headphones. I think it's just a good, accurate representation of me right now. If you can hear it, I am a little bit sicko, but we persevere. If you want excuses of why it's a month and a half into the year and I haven't filmed this video, I was ugly for a little bit. I just wasn't motivated. Just general millennial ennui has been hitting me like a truck for the past half a year, but like very much so feeling it the beginning of this year. I didn't have any goals coming into this year, and that's a first for me. I feel like usually I have at least a couple of things that I put down that I want to do and I want to accomplish. I don't know why I didn't really have anything that I wanted to do this year or anything that I felt motivated enough to actually call a goal. Like, I had to force myself to write these things, and like that's not typically how the new year works for me. Like, I genuinely don't know why I've been in such a funk recently, but I do think that I'm getting out of it. And by recently, I do mean the past couple of months. I feel like my posting schedule that doesn't actually exist is a good and accurate representation of my mental health. If I'm posting often, I'm probably okay. Like, I'm doing good. You know, I'm just chilling. If I stop posting, I'm probably just going through it, and like, that's okay. As we know, I do these videos for me and like the 3 people that regularly watch my channel. Shout out to those 3. My day ones, truly. Other than that, like, I am just doing this for fun, and especially when I am not motivated to do things, this kind of falls to the wayside for me. Like I said, like, I do have clips from the time I haven't been posting, but the effort it takes for me to put that into a video hasn't really existed for me, and I don't know why. There was no event 6 months ago that was like, oh, yep, that's why I stopped posting, or like, that's why I got hit by a truck with this millennial ennui. It was more just like a slow degradation of all my motivation. I honestly feel like it might be because I accomplished a lot last year, and I don't feel any different because of it. I'm just going through an existential crisis because like none of this truly matters. For example, I ran my marathon, right? And like after I ran my marathon, I was riding that high for like a month. But then after that, I'm like, well, that's it. You know, like, what am I gonna do next? I think the what am I going to do next part is the thing that's actually getting to me, where like I've accomplished a lot of the things that I have set out to do, that I'm like, well, is that it? Is that life? This video is going to be honestly just a stream of consciousness for me. This is just an honest representation of where I'm at in my life right now. If nothing else, I want these videos to be a representation of who I am at a certain point in time. Like, I just feel like I got lost in the sauce where I spent so much of like the first half of last year marathon training, or I spent it trying to accomplish a certain goal. After I accomplished that goal, I was like, what else am I going to do now? I feel like there's a lot of pressure put on the new year. Maybe this is like just high functioning depression. On a day-to-day basis, I am still doing the things that I like to do. I'm still running, I'm still working out. I picked up embroidering, guys. We'll get to that later, but I did accomplish that for my 2025 bingo. I'm still doing things, like I'm still going out with friends, and I'm still living my life to where on a surface level, that all seems fine. Maybe I'm just a performative female, I don't know. From the outside, I look like I'm just living my life and everything's good. If you peel back a layer of this onion, I am an onion because I cry a lot and I make other people cry, I guess. I haven't been doing a lot of the things that I feel like I built a really good habit of doing. Before last week, I haven't finished a book since probably July. Like, it's been a while since I finished a book. And especially for me, that's not normal. Like, I feel like I've gone through reading slumps where it's been like a month or 2 where I struggled to finish a book. But like a continuous almost half a year of me not reading, that doesn't feel like me. I feel like a lot of the habits that I built throughout the past couple of years have kind of fallen off, where I don't really go to the gym as regularly as I did. I haven't really put a lot of focus on my health like I usually do. And yes, I understand that life is all about balance, right? Like, I am not going to be 100% perfect all the time. I don't think I've ever been perfect in my life, actually. I can't expect myself to perform at the same level as I have been, because sometimes things do happen and things do fall to the wayside, and like, that's normal. But I feel like a continuous pattern of that for me especially isn't. Like, especially when it comes to reading, that's how I realize, like, oh, I'm actually like not doing the things that I feel like I identify with. I don't identify as a runner. I don't identify as a gym rat. I do identify as a reader. A lot of my content is about books because I just genuinely enjoy reading. The fact that I haven't read a single book in a while is like confusing to me, because I'm like, it's not even for lack of trying. I have a stack of books, like 5-6 books high, that I started and I just didn't continue. Like, I would read maybe 20 pages and I just called it a day. That doesn't feel like me. I didn't replace reading with another hobby. I replaced reading with just scrolling on Instagram, which is not the best, I would say, in terms of hobbies go. But at the same time, that is just what happened, where I just couldn't get into any books. So instead, I would just scroll on Instagram before bed, leading to like me not sleeping as well, whatever else you want to call it. Recently, I finished my first book last week. Let's go. I reread Love in Other Words because I just knew, I was like, okay, if this book can't bring me back, I don't know what will. And it did. The cousin annotated a copy of Love in Other Words for me, and I read that version, and I just had a great time doing it, because it also felt like I was reading it alongside her, because I was getting her thoughts, her underlines, her highlights, and I just think that was a very sweet and thoughtful gift that she gave me. That is honestly a sum up of the second half of my year. If you just look on paper, my 2025 was honestly pretty good. I did a lot of the things I set out to do. If you asked me how I feel about it internally, I feel like I accomplished a lot, but I didn't do much. I don't know what that says about me. I guess that's just life, where what you see is not necessarily what you get. Before we go into 2025, I'm just going to go with my 2026 goals. Like I said, I forced myself to write these, so they're honestly half-baked, half-assed, and you can probably tell compared to previous years where I had specific goals where these are honestly just vibes. I feel like this year is going to be the year of refinding myself, I guess, maybe. Like, I feel like I haven't lost myself. Maybe just, like, realigning with myself, perhaps. I get that, like, as you age, things change. Your identity changes. Who you are, what you enjoy, what your hobbies are change. But I still feel like, to my core, I am the same person. So my 2026 goals. We're going to start in categories. So under the health category, I want to get back into regular gym going. Like I mentioned before, I kind of fell off in the second half of the year. Like, I got a new manager and I got a new team, which impacted my work-life balance a lot. And like, I'm thinking about work a lot more. For me, I feel like work is just what I do to be able to live my life. My mental load professionally has been a lot more than I would have anticipated. All that to say, I want to get into the gym more. I want to find a routine again. Whatever that means, whatever that looks like. Before, I was going to the gym maybe 2-3 times a week. Now I'm going like once. My reason for going to the gym is really for my mental health. It actually sucks that going and exercising actually helps me. Like, wish it didn't, because then I could justify not doing it, but it helps. Like, literally, I was having a bad day today, went to the gym, and I was like, wow, not so bad. My second goal is I want to get faster at running, and I'm a slow runner. We all know I'm a slow runner, and I'm okay being a slow runner. But if I do want to increase my endurance, I do think that running faster is something that I want to do for no one else but myself. I don't know how I'm going to do that, if I'm being honest with you. Like, especially right now, like, I don't run enough to make a significant difference. Running fast has never been my priority. I honestly don't think I know how to make it a priority. So we'll figure it out as we go. I feel like as of right now, I'm just trying to get back into a routine. All of these goals are going to come as they will, and I'm not going to force anything. The third one is I want to have a no coffee or beverage day at least twice a work week. Because they have free coffee and beverages at work, I have been consuming a lot of them. And it's not good for my caffeine intake, nor is it good for my sugar intake. I'm just trying to wean that down a little bit so I don't get a caffeine dependency or diabetes. Moving on to my personal goals. I want to get back into reading. I think I'm doing a good job right now. I'm reading Heart the Lover. So far, I'm enjoying it. I saw Lily King on her book tour, and I really enjoyed the first chapter that she read. So far, enjoying it. So I just want to keep that up and start reading regularly again, as I was before. Initially, my goal was to read one page every day at least. As it's been a little over a month into the year, I have not accomplished that. We're gonna make this more general and say get back into reading, whatever that means to me. My second personal goal is I want to spend more time alone and have at least one dilly-dally day a quarter. I feel like this is always a goal of mine, just to spend more time alone, but especially with how much millennial ennui has been hitting me, I feel like for me, the best way I work through that is to spend time alone. Whether that means going on a walk, dilly-dallying, doing things that I enjoy. Although I do feel like me dilly-dallying sometimes is preventing me from actually thinking about my problems and working through them. To each their own, right? Maybe I'm gonna be the person who ignores my problems until they go away, or I die. Either way. But having one dilly-dally day a quarter, I feel like is good for me. I ideally would like to spend more time alone and reflecting on my life. The next goal on my list is to have one cafe day per quarter. Whether that is a new cafe I've been to and I enjoy. I initially had a new cafe, but then I was like, I don't want to put more boxes on something that I don't even know if I will be able to accomplish. The new cafe can be part of my dilly-dally day. It doesn't really matter to me as long as I do it. I just haven't done that in a long time, and I remember the last time I did it, I was just like, this is actually very nice. Last time I went to a cafe, I just threw it in the middle of my errand day, and it was actually very nice, where I didn't spend a lot of time there. I probably spent like total 10, 15, 20 minutes there. Taking that time, sitting, existing, it was very pleasant. The next personal goal I have is to host something. Because I live with my parents, I have not hosted anything, probably ever, so I want to do that sometime this year, I'm hoping. My next goal is to practice Chinese more casually. This is something that, honestly have wanted to do for my whole life, and it's just not been a priority for me in the sense of I want to have the ability to be able to speak to my grandparents and in the future maybe teach my kids how to speak Chinese. I just haven't really practiced because I feel like there's a lot of honestly shame that comes with it. I'm ashamed that I don't know my native language. When I do speak it, it's like I'm speaking as someone who clearly doesn't speak it regularly, as I'm aptly reminded by my family. I just feel embarrassed that when I try to speak it, either I'm speaking the wrong dialect, or I'm not pronouncing it correctly, or I'm saying the wrong words. There's just some part of me that is embarrassed that at my old age, I don't know how to communicate with my grandparents, especially as my grandparents age and my parents age. I don't want to lose that. The last personal goal I have is to sleep by 10:30 every day. And if you're wondering, yes, this has been on my goals list for many years. I am no closer to accomplishing this. I will say in the past 6 months, I have been sleeping later and later. Every time I hit 10:30, I'm like, oh, still awake. Professionally, I want to get a raise / a promotion / a new job. Whichever of the three, don't really care. But one of those three ideally will happen by the end of this year. And I am grateful that I am employed currently, especially with this job market. A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do. My second goal professionally is just to talk more in meetings, because I feel like my personality is very just introverted and I don't talk unless I need to. To get the recognition I deserve, I probably should talk more. Those are my 2026 goals. We're going to start with that and work our way up. Anything else is just icing on the cake. Okay, let's do my 2025 roundup. Oh, this video is 33 minutes. This is a lot longer than I thought, but we all know I'm prone to yapping. Here is my bingo card. 2025 was my year of fun, and I will say, while the second half of my year did seem a lot heavier, it still felt relatively light in the moment. I feel like I caught the whimsy quite a bit, especially the first half of the year. Things that I accomplished. In the health column, I ran a half marathon race, I ran a full marathon race, and I tried a new machine at the gym. I will say that the new machine that I tried at the gym was a donkey kick type machine. I don't know what it's actually called, but I fear that I was too short to use it because I didn't feel anything. I was like, this is silly. I didn't want to ask anyone how to use it, so I just didn't. But I did try it, and that is what counts. Next one, in the personal column, I traveled to a new place. I traveled to a lot of new places actually last year. I explored a new part of my city. I went to a concert alone. I honestly should have kept the squares that I peeled off because I don't remember what each one was. And then I did go to a new bookstore this year. Financially, I did not accomplish a single goal that I had. It was tough. What the fuck is this? It was a clover. I drew a clubs symbol. Go to a casino? I don't know actually what this one was. I don't know. I'll insert the actual goal here. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I went to a comedy show this year. Wait, this one's a concert one. Then I don't know. Maybe I was going to a concert with someone new. This year I did learn to sew, I learned to embroider, and I baked something new. Now for the things I did not accomplish. I did not go by splits, I did not do a pull-up, I did not go to a bar alone, I did not save for a new guitar and buy it. I did not do a low spend month. I did not create a financial plan, nor did I feel stable and prepared in my financial life. I did not hit 558 subscribers. I actually lost some this year. Let's go. I did not post once a month. I did not paint this year, and I did not try meditation 5 times a week for a month. That's that on that. I did get a row though, so I still won, I guess, technically. This is a long enough video, and honestly was just a stream of consciousness, me explaining my inner thoughts, my millennial ennui, whatever you want to call it. I hope your year is off to a good start. I am so grateful if you have made it this far in the video, because this is honestly probably an incredibly depressing goals video, because goddamn, am I okay? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to, feel free to give it a like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. I truly do hope you are having a good year so far, and I hope that you had a good 2025 as well, because you all deserve it. We all deserve it. It's a hard world out here. It's a hard knock life. Catch the whimsy. Life's just about enjoying the little things. I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you.